Dear students, welcome to Swayam Shiksha. This is the third video of our demystifying mains. Now, this video is related to importance of service sector and that too specifically in the wake of liberalization. Now, this is an area which is important for mains, significant topic not only for this year but also in the next year. The only reason being talking about whether the services sector will be sustainable or not in future. Now, because of several changes that are happening right now, that is the reason it becomes very important in the present scenario. Now, if you see this question, India's growth process after 1991 reforms is described as services-led growth. Analyze its major impacts on Indian economy. Okay, so what is the question saying? Major impact of service-led growth. Okay, and do you think that service sector growth is sustainable in the long run? Now here it will become sustainable, but provided what? Or will it be sustainable or not? Now explain using fact. Wanted we have pushed in facts here because for such questions only English is not going to work. We have to put in some factual data to prove our point Okay, so let's see what I have written in the first line there is 1991 BOP crisis has led to this new economic reforms. And this new economic reforms in the form of liberalization has done two important things. One is it has put India into high growth trajectory and even our external sector has strengthened. And main reason for these two is the services sector because services sector is a major contributor to exports as well as services growth. Services played a critical role in terms of India to cross its Hindu rate of growth, which is low levels of growth. So that is what is the understanding from here. In spite of that, so now here the new economic policy reforms. Okay, so what did they do? That I have explained in the flowchart there. Liberalization, import tariffs have been brought down, deregulation, open markets plus tax rates have been reduced. Now all this has led to increase in economic growth, that is to cross the Hindu rate of growth, which is low levels of growth. In spite of that, there were several issues and problems, of course. One is the economic development aspect there. Okay, so this growth did not lead to inclusiveness or economic development and employment elasticity. Employment elasticity is number of jobs or employment that is created in proportion to GDP. In fact, employment elasticity from 1970s to 2011, if we take, after LPG policy, employment elasticity has reduced, indicating a jobless growth. Though there is GDP growth, employment elasticity has come down. So, by the time of 2011, employment elasticity reached somewhere around 0.04. Okay, so almost like zero. So this clearly shows that no new jobs were getting created. This is a challenge again. And agriculture, no much improvement after LPG policy. So MS Swaminathan made statement saying that your agriculture reforms are LPG reforms are purely industrial reforms are not agriculture. There are several issues with respect to agricultural productivity, APMC, etc. And similarly, poverty. Of course, poverty were able to handle it to some extent, but at the same time, in comparison to China, India did not do well with respect to poverty. And with respect to manufacturing, and manufacturing sector remains stagnant. Now, there is a chart which shows that there. So you can see a block diagram which I've shown there, 1990 and 2000. This is a change in contribution to GDP to show that it is a service-led growth. How do you show it is a service-led growth? If you can see in 1990s, around 41% of our GDP was coming from services and around 32% was coming from agriculture. So manufacturing was around 27%. Now in 2003, if we see services, 51% is coming from services, contribution to GDP. Okay. And 23% is coming, 23% is coming from the agriculture and 27 industry remained constant, and whatever reduction that has happened in agriculture has been pushed by the services sector. So this clearly shows an indication of a jump from agriculture to the services sector, or India's abrupt shift from primary to tertiary sector, neglecting the industry. This is how I show. I need to put in graph, or I need to write some facts and show to the examiner. Otherwise, how do I prove my point? That's very important. For example, services sector, industry, primary sector, specific data has to be prepared and revised before exam. Very, very important aspect. Now, the next important area of the question is, what is the impact on Indian economy? Now, if you observe the shift to knowledge-based economy, what was the impact it was made? So there are several positive things that happened because of service sector. One is in the Indian growth trajectory, if you observe, from 1994 to 2004. So services sector was growing at a rate of 7.5. That means services sector has put India in the growth trajectory because the merchandise growth was not so much, or the manufacturing growth was not so much. It clearly shows that services sector played a critical role for as far as India is concerned to cross the Hindu rate of growth, which is low levels of growth. Now, one more observation is with respect to the external sector, the export market from 1997 to 2002, the service export growth was around 17%. Very important data to prove our point. So, but merchandise export was less than 10. It clearly shows our exports have increased mainly because of services sector. So services sector was a major contributor to exports. That is one understanding there. Okay, and services sector do not need so much of. It is easy to expand. So expansion is easy, and regulatory oversight is comparatively less for services sector in comparison to manufacturing. And services sector also was a major contributor to our FDI investment, major contributor of FDI. Most of the FDIs were moving into services. Okay, so this was a structure. There was a structural shift with respect to FDI. For example, if we see from 1990 to 94, okay, FDI's share in services was 10.5%. But from 1995 to 1999, FDI's share in services was around 28.3. You can see in the diagram there. This clearly shows a structural shift with respect to FDI investments. Now, in spite of this shift or over tertiarization, more of services sector has also created some problems. So in this area, we have to talk on each area. One is employment, we should talk about agriculture, poverty related aspects, productivity, manufacturing, growth, development, as we have discussed there. So that has to be expanded. Now, this shift has created certain problems like one is since the skilled labor services also, there was no uniform development of traditional services in India. So mainly knowledge based, that is BPO and IT industries. So traditional services, when we talk about real estate, etc., okay, initially did not increase as the expectations were. Okay, so when we talk about labor intensive tourism, etc., labor intensive services, etc., because of which skilled employment was only available, and people could not shift from agriculture directly to services. And since manufacturing became stagnant, people had to stay with agriculture. This was leading to disguised unemployment. So jobless growth, contribution to employment, services sector contribution to employment was hardly 23% in 1990s. In comparison to its contribution to GDP was around 41%. So indicating that services sector did not contribute to the jobs as expected. Okay, and agriculture growth was 3.5%, 1990s, clearly indicating that there was a problem with respect to agriculture, etc. And our manufacturing sector stagnated, or this clearly shows that our services sector bypassed industry. So manufacturing exports were less. And most of the services which exports, etc., were in technological services rather than labor intensive services, which also created problems with respect to employment. Another important aspect is services sector. We observe there is more income generation rather than employment generation, which creates two problems. One is it created issues related to inflation on one side and issues related to income distribution or inequalities. These are the things which are to be explained in detail, which is impact on Indian economy. Now, if the services sector, the third part of the question, has to be sustainable. Of course, most of the people are saying right now, in fact, the economists are talking about sustainability. Of course, in the wake of COVID, there are some issues, but the sustainability of service sector is possible provided along with services sector, there should be agriculture and manufacturing growth. I've written there. So the other sectors also have to be focused on. And another important aspect is focusing on education and skill development. So unless and until the skilled labor is developed, the skill sets are developed, and education system is developed, we cannot maintain our service sector for a longer period of time. Okay, and there should be an immediate focus on labor intensive services to create employment opportunities, especially in the wake of COVID. Okay, and most of the jobs that are getting created in service sector are coming from construction related aspects, etc., which are informal or so. Therefore, formalization in services sector is the need of the hour. And using this unskilled and semi-skilled labor becomes a challenge, and government has to come up with policies to do that. And we should also come up with an integrated service policy, which has a uniformity with respect to all the services. So only then the services sector becomes sustainable for a long term period. Hope things are clear. And I these snapshots are already pushed into our Telegram channel. So we're going to come up with different videos on GS in this demystifying names, where our objective is. So please, where our objective is to give you an approach with respect to answer writing. And one more thing is we're also going to start answer writing practice. And I want interested students to please subscribe to our Telegram channel in the description, our app in the description, where we can focus on our answer writing practice. Okay, so if you like the videos, please do subscribe to our YouTube channel also. Thank you, signing off.